Honda Center, everyone, as we get welcome back inside.
Stanley Cup second round.
At the Honda Center, everyone, as we get set for the Edmonton Oilers, and at the Honda Center as we meet the starting goaltenders. Devin Dubnyk looks for his 7th road win of the season against the Duck team that he has beaten twice in his career. At the other end, 31-year-old Jonas Hiller makes his first start in April. His last outing was at the end of March, an overtime loss in Columbus. A big win last night for the Duck team as they downed LA on Sunday 4-3 in a shootout. The Oilers played LA on Saturday afternoon and lost to the Kings by the score of 4-1. Bruce Boudreau and his squad are 15-5. At home, the Oilers 8-10 and
ready for game one.
Sam Gagner, Magnus Piardi, and Nail Yakupov. Justin Schultz and Nick Schultz are on the blue line together. And right away, we get an icing call.
Going to be important, Kevin, for the Oilers to have a strong start in this game. For the Anaheim Ducks, a real nice performance last night versus the Los Angeles Kings in a real heated and emotional battle. They pulled that one out in the shootout. So you know they're going to be fired up at the start of this one here. But it's a back-to-back situation for them. For Edmonton, they're the fresher team. And they emotional, they pulled that one out in the shootout. So you know they're going to be fired up at the start of this one here. But it's a back-to-back situation for them. For Edmonton, they're the fresher team. And they have to provide that early.
On the blue line that one up with no rebound. Right away, we get a icing call.
You mentioned earlier Dan Murphy being the co-author of that book, Journeyman with Sean.
It's going to be important for the Oilers to have a strong start in this game. For the Anaheim Ducks, a real nice performance last night.
Well, I've been criticized because I don't tweet as much as Murphy.
For the Anaheim Ducks, a real nice performance last night versus the Los Angeles Kings in a real heated and emotional battle. They pulled that one out in the shootout. So you know they're going to be fired up.
Pressure Schultz to get Stu to shot.
Provide that early on.
Gagner digging along with Magnus Piardi. Magnus Piardi got the only goal in that game against Los Angeles. It came on the power play, his second power play goal of the year and 8th of the season. Former Edmonton Oiler Radek Dvorak chips it in. He is with Daniel Winnick and the veteran Saku Koivu. Winnick with the puck now to Koivu. Off his skate, could not get the shot away. And Gagner was there defensively. Beauchemin and Allen together. We are not going to see another former Edmonton Oiler in the form of Sheldon Surrey. He played last night. He is not in the lineup tonight. Ben Lovejoy will take his spot. Taylor Hall, Jordan Eberle, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins across the blue line. Puts a weak shot towards Hiller. He steers it into the corner. Hall is on it. Gets it to Eberle. He is checked. And there is Brian Allen to send it around the boards. Jeff Petrie, Schultz are all the blue line together.
That deflection went
and right away, we get a nice goal.
Here's Ralph Kruger is changing that matchup. He didn't like the way that was going.
It's going to be important, Kevin, for the Oilers to have a strong start in this game. For the Anaheim Ducks, a real nice performance last night versus the Los Angeles Kings in a real heated and emotional
Ralph Kruger, a very positive outlook on life in the game. And I think that's what the Oilers
And there is Brian Allen. Jordan Eberle cross ice, one-time shot, quick one by Ladislav Schmid. Steered aside and back the other way comes Perry. Corey Perry takes a bump from Petrie. Perry on the ice with Allen and Ryan and Lombardi. Matthew Lombardi came over on April the 3rd in a trade with Phoenix for Brandon McMillan. Schultz and Nick Schultz are on the blue line together. And
we talked about the guys from the Oilers who played in the minors, and Jordan Eberle, you talked about him, and Taylor all had 34 points in 26 games. And we look at this, and I really think that most American League teams have one or two guys who can play in the NHL. And when you get this many, you wonder why those guys were all in the top 10 games that we
play goal up and
Angeles Kings tonight in the high
team Ford Super Duty. It's built Ford. Get the keys to the game. Right. Follow. Let's take a look, Louis, at the keys to the game. Brought to you as always by the 2013 Ford Super Duty. It's built Ford tough.
Well, Kevin, for the Edmonton Oilers, obviously for them to come out and cover that slot area, the Anaheim Ducks a very good team at finding that quiet space in the high slot. It's been a problem for Oilers as of late. They're going to have to do a better job of that. And for the Ducks, the no letdown. We talked about that emotional game last night versus the Los Angeles Kings. Tonight, which has happened a little bit throughout this season. They've had some letdowns in games following.
We talked about the guys from the Oilers who played in the minors, and Jordan Everly, you talked about him, and Taylor all had 34 points in 26 games. And we look at this, and I really think that most American League teams have one or two guys who could play in the NHL. And when you get this many, you wonder why those guys were all in the top 10 in scoring in the American League, because they're playing together. And every
Los Angeles Kings tonight.
And Duck sends it around the and let off shot point. We're able to keep it in.
Season they've had
Having backhand that goes right through. Picked up by Andrew Cogliano. Cogliano go over to Fowler on the far side. He is with Ben Lovejoy. Ryan Jones taking the spot of Alish Hemsky. Hemsky out with a foot injury. Horcov, Ryan Smith, and Jones. And there's Horcov shot from a sharp angle as Ryan Smith got knocked down in front. Lovejoy at the end of the shift will just dump it in. Nick Schultz is going to go back and get it.
I really like that play from Sean Horcov early on. Real sharp angle shot, get it into the feet of Jonas Hiller and see how he's going to do in this game tonight. Hasn't played in the last 4 games, so his first start in a while. Get some bodies in front of him and test him early.
Fourth line out there now, including Jerid Smithson, who played almost 10 minutes in that game against Los Angeles on Saturday afternoon. Went 7-2 in the faceoff circle. As we go downstairs to Gene.
Kevin, time to play Safeway's $1 million scored win. If any Oilers player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Karen Johnson of Grand Prairie could win $1 million. Shoppers by the Safeway, and you could be our next lucky winner right here on Sportsnet.
All right, Gene, thanks very much. The Oilers will play these Ducks in a kind of a unique situation. And the 3rd week of April, they'll play back-to-back games. April 20. That's all part. Went 7-2 in the faceoff circle. As we go downstairs to Gene.
Kevin, time to play Safeway's $1 million.
And knowing he's going to give you a shot every now and then. Is the physical pair for the Edmonton Oilers.
$1 million shots by the Safeway. You could be our next lucky winner right here on Sportsnet.
I see.
Speed comes back and gives Dale
right here.
Straight forearm.
Could win $1 million shots by the Safeway. You could be our next lucky winner.
Ballard up.
Could win
Speed comes back and gives Dale Weisler
Karen Johnson.
straight forearm.
Could win $1 million shots by the Safeway. You could be our next.
Keith Ballard off the drop.
We'll play these Ducks in Edmonton. Kind of. Well, that's all part of this shortened season. Magnus Piarvi. And is being watched by Lombardi. Leaves it there for Ladislav Schmid. Schmid against Corey Perry as he'll try and shut down Corey Perry, who has 13 goals. He is currently the leading goal scorer on the ice.
And not an easy task to do. Watch this face-off play right here. This puck looks like it's up for grabs. It's the Anaheim Ducks that cycle it quickly, and watch Ryan as he slips into the slot. A very quick play by Perry. No looker. He knew that Bobby Ryan was going to be in that position. And a good stick in front breaks that up. But that's how quick you have to react when that line's on the ice, Kevin, is you have to be ready for that constant pressure in the slot zone in that blue paint. They love to crash the net.
As we take a look at the Edmonton Oilers, who, Louis, we've talked to the coaching staff this morning. This really is, you don't want to put too much emphasis on it, a key game for this Oiler team.
You know what? There's no question about that. And I think that everybody on that Oiler bench, including Ralph Kruger, is looking at this game, in my opinion, as a make or break it. They have to start putting a stretch together. They go home for 3 games. They want to kind of find a way to go back on a positive note. So they're getting a team in a back-to-back situation. They feel they should be the fresher team, and they want to come out and prove that and get a run going.
Dvorak goes cross ice looking for Francois Beauchemin. Saku Koivu will get it to Dvorak. Dvorak was playing in Davos, Switzerland. Decided to come back to the National Hockey League. Koivu centering pass. Beauchemin was right down low. Dvorak defensively kept that puck in as Beauchemin swung and missed. He'll keep it in at the blue line. Winning will center it, and it's picked up now and skated out by Nick Schultz. They're booing Eddie Schultz. Eddie Schultz will do.
You've got Schultz in the back here, sweater. They don't like you very much here. Obviously, Justin Schultz chose to play for the Edmonton Oilers, become a free agent after his last year in Wisconsin. Didn't sign with the Anaheim Ducks, became an unrestricted free agent and signed with Edmonton. So a few of the fans here showing their unappreciation of that. But that was the wrong guy. But unfortunately for Nick, he's going to get a little bit of it tonight, too.
Hey, listen, if I'm selling programs, I'm going to work right now. Yeah. Lovejoy throws it towards the net, off the backboard, right to Ryan Jones. We saw Corey Perry on the ice, Louis. Kind of strange not to see Ryan Getzlaf out there. They're usually a 1-2 punch for this Anaheim team. Both have 13 goals, but Getzlaf not able to play for the third straight game.
Yeah, and Ryan Getzlaf has just been fantastic this year for the Anaheim Ducks, and he's been the leader both on and off the ice, has really taken a step forward in that regard, and they're going to miss him, but obviously it was the better call for them to keep him out this game versus Edmonton. Their schedule loosens up a little bit after the game they have on Wednesday night versus... Who's in here with Colorado? Thank you. Yep. I thought it was Phoenix, but it's Colorado. So give him a little extra time off to heal that ankle that he tweaked a couple games ago.
Against Dallas, stepped on his own stick after coming together with Jamie Benn.
And as tough as he is, he stayed out there, scored a real nice goal, and then just decided to leave the game. So I figured he wanted to get a little bit of a buffer before he left.
Brown, another former Anaheim Duck, takes a shot. Smithson brings it back to the point. Petrie waiting for it. He'll give it to Schmid on the near side. Steps into a slap shot right on, and Miller makes the save with traffic in front.
Really like the traffic so far by Edmonton crashing the net. You see Smithson drive there. And for Ladislav Schmid, had the one-timer early on. This time he gets this puck, takes a look up, notices that he's got Brown in front. He has Smithson coming in as well with Petrell. Everybody converging into the net area. This is something the Oilers want to accomplish on a little more of a regular basis. Good job by Brown, though, to plant himself on the edge of that blue paint. Always an option to get a puck there, and a couple real nice saves by Hiller early on.
The Oilers were outshot 39-24 in that game against Los Angeles. They have taken that to heart. They have gotten all the shots so far in this period. They're outshooting the Ducks 6-0. Usually the score when you and I play tennis. Magnus Piarvi in the face-off circle and did a pretty good job of battle for it now, and the Oilers trying to keep it in. Bobby Ryan on the near side. Ryan with 10 goals on the season. He hasn't scored in his last 3, though. Flipped in by Sam Gagner. And that puck goes out. No score here at the Honda Center. Telus, Oilers hockey, right here. Flipped in by Sam Gagner. And that puck goes out. No score here at the Honda Center. Telus, Oilers hockey, right here.
It's time now to play the Telus game of Fan Right, Fan Wrong trivia. Which Oilers player served as team captain for 6 consecutive seasons? Was it A, Jason Smith, B, Wayne Gretzky, C, Craig McTavish, or D, Ethan Morrill? Enter for your chance to win a Telus Optic TV and Samsung prize package valued at $13,000 or tickets to an upcoming home game. Is this fan right or fan wrong? To enter, text Oilers to 333-777 or visit TELUS.com/hockey. For every completed entry, TELUS will donate $1 to Heroes Hockey, helping at-risk youth play Canada's game.
13:54 in our game here, Gene. Left to go in the first period. The Oilers with all the shots on to Jonas Hiller, and Devin Dubnyk still looking for his first save of this period as Magnus Piarvi brings it in. Piarvi gets checked before he could get too far by Spiza. Recovers, takes a hit there from Lombardi. Gagner, Yakupov, and Piarvi, the forward line. Petrie and Schmid are on the blue line against the top line for the Anaheim Ducks that includes Bobby Ryan and Corey Perry, along with Matthew Lombardi. Gagner gets to center. He'll dump that puck in and peel off. Going after it quickly is Everly. Everly from the corner, watched by Spiza, who runs into Hall. Hall from the corner. Taylor Hall, 41 points on the season. Well, they got that Schultz right. Spilled in the high slot is Taylor Hall. Winnick. Hit by Nick Schultz. Ties him up in the corner. Koivu in there looking for the loose rubber along with Jordan Eberle. The puck is still alive, but nobody's moving, and now they'll try and get this play activated. Puck comes to the near side, racing over to try and keep it in. Was Dvorak, but unable to keep that puck in with Boschman. Oilers make a change. 12:25 to go in the first period. Devin Dubnyk pushes it around the boards. Ryan Whitney is there. Mark Fistrick on the ice. Boschman's shot, and that is blocked by number 45, playing in his first game since March the 25th.
That one stung him.
A healthy scratch for 7 games, the longest stretch in his career. Horcov with the puck now, trying to get it behind the net. Boschman is there. He'll quickly get it to Radek Dvorak, and picking up steam is Andrew Cogliano. Cogliano hit by Bistrick. Jones gets hit from behind by Matt Bolesky. And a penalty coming up. The first penalty of the game is going to go to Bolesky as he roughed Ryan Jones.
This is a replica of the remote that inspired the big win. The original was tragically lost in a couch.
Get your game on with Pools.
Here's a boarding call. Sorry, Louis, against the Anaheim Ducks.
Matt Bolesky, as he gets a little bit aggressive with the back end of Ryan Jones after a real good back check to catch Cogliano. Not an easy task to do, as Edmonton fans know well. Cogliano a pretty fast guy, but Jones gets back, breaks up that play as he goes into the corner, gets hit from behind a little bit, and Bolesky didn't like the call too much, but we'll head to the box for two.
The Oilers were 1 for 4 in L.A. on Saturday. They have scored 4 times as the puck goes in the net, but the time had been called and a penalty on the way.
Well, real rapid shot here by Neil Yakupov. I'll tell you what, I don't think anyone expected this one to get through that quickly, but obviously a penalty coming up to Jordan Eberle. Was right off the faceoff, and this puck drops. Watch Eberle. He comes in with the interference right there on Koivu. Doesn't allow him to get out and challenge the defender, which was Yakupov on the play, playing on the power play, and he zips it right through everyone, right past Hiller. A little bit of a, always don't like seeing pucks go into the net, even if it doesn't count. So a real good shot by Yakupov gets nullified by the interference call to Jordan Eberle.
That power play lasted exactly 2 seconds. And that's the difference in the penalties as Nick Schultz brings it in. 4-on-4 now. Sam Gagner drop pass. Justin Schultz with a shot. Stopped by Hiller. Gagner picks it up. Sam Gagner turns, delivers it to Magnus Paajarvi. Paajarvi back to the point. Nick Schultz. He'll go down low for Gagner. Tried to get the pass back to Paajarvi. Didn't work. Almeri. Emerson Edom flying down the wing, number 65. A Californian plays it back to the point. Lovejoy with a wrist shot that goes wide. Gagner will pick it up on the far side. Emerson Edom, one of 13 Californians to play in the National Hockey League.
Loud boo there. Justin Schultz sets up shop behind his own net.
Nugent Hopkins across the line, flips it in for Hall. Taylor Hall from the corner. Hall to Nugent Hopkins, back to Hall with a backhand, stopped by Hiller, back to the point it comes. Jeff Petrie with it now, he'll give it to Schmid. Schmid with a slap shot, and that one is blocked. And it was blocked by Francois Beauchemin.
Great block by him right there. That was a high-quality chance with Hall in front for Schmid, just trying to get it through. Gets it by the first one, but Beauchemin has been fantastic for Anaheim this year, with a great block in front to nullify that chance.
21 points on the season for Beauchemin, number 1 among Anaheim's defensemen.
Yeah, he leads a nice time.
Petrie to Hall, and he just missed. Horcov on the far side. Petrie with a great setup to Taylor Hall, and he almost cashed in his 14th goal of the season. Horcov brings it in, drop pass, Whitney, slap shot. Hiller makes the save, and he'll hang on. It has been all Oilers here at the Honda Center. 9 shots for them, none for the Ducks.
Well, it's been a busy couple of games in California with lots of Edmonton Oilers fans. Hello to you, too. Fan Appreciation Night is presented by Rexall, and it returns to Oil Country on Wednesday, April 10th, as the Oilers take on the Phoenix Coyotes. Great prizes will be awarded all night long as the Oilers say thank you to their fans. Secure your seats now at EdmontonOilers.com or call 780-414-GOAL. That's 780-414-4625.
We have seen those fans throughout this trip to Southern California.
Good for them. Looks like they're having a good time.
Radek Dvorak brings it across the line. There is the first shot on Devan Dubnyk, and the Bronx cheers from the folks here at Honda Center.
This perfectly preserved uniform came to us via a generous donation from our champion's wife.
Get your game on with Pools.
Well, Kevin, as you mentioned, for Devan Dubnyk, that's been a real aggressive start here for him. That was the first quarter after the 10-minute mark of his first period with his face from the Anaheim Ducks. A couple close chances in front, but nothing that hit him. So one of those games where he's not going to get into it early, but makes the first save, and he's probably happy that he gets to feel the puck a little bit here in this first period.
Faced 38 shots in that game against Los Angeles.
Yeah, he's been real good as it relates to the Edmonton Oilers. 6-2-2 in his last 10. And has won the last 4 starts before losing that game in Los Angeles. So,
Louis, your keys to the game, you must have been in the coach's room because you said letdown, and we're seeing it here from the Anaheim Ducks in this first period. Just 2 shots. And the Oilers trying to take advantage. Fistrick a long shot on Hiller.
And I think you have to give credit to Edmonton here. They come out with a firing mentality and something that I don't think they've done enough this year, using that speed, using those shots from all areas of the ice. And we talk about it creating that chaos in front. And Ralph Kruger has used that word a lot this year, wanting to create that in front of the opposition's net. You've seen this already tonight where they've got bodies in front of Hiller. They know he hasn't played in a while. They're getting shots to the net from different areas, and allows you to kind of build off the cycle looking for those loose pucks afterwards, as everybody does now in the National Hockey League. That converging defensive style, you're kind of standing still. So the players that are skating offensively are going to usually get to those pucks first.
Jeff Petrie fakes the slap shot. Now a wrist shot through traffic. And it sits there in front of Jonas Hiller. And cleared away finally by Palmieri. Offside, the call right at the Oilers' blue line. Taylor Hall has been on a tear. He is tied for 8th in points now with 41. But, Louis, I think one of the most surprising things maybe is the fact that he has got more than double the assists to goals. He is, in fact, 5th in the National Hockey League in goals. This is the first assist, the first time that has happened for him that he's had more assists than goals. Looking for his goal right there. A centering pass. Great pass to Jordan Eberle, who put it over top of the net.
Couple of real good chances, and again a real sharp angle shot by Hall, sets it all up, comes right back to him, and for Eberle didn't miss by much in that backhand attempt after that. When you talk about Taylor Hall, that injury last year that ended his season early, had a lot of time, he said, to reflect about his game and watch a lot of video and see how he was playing. And he said he wanted to kind of slow things down in his mind a little bit, and we've seen that poise from Taylor Hall this year. And as you mentioned, passing the puck a little bit more often, but it's not that quick rush pass that we were seeing in his first couple of years. He's starting to really take his time, find the right pass, and thread that needle. He's made some dandies this year, but there's no question about it. He's still a shooter.
In fact, he leads the team in shots with 118 coming into this game. The Oilers with 11 shots. The Anaheim Ducks with just 2. And we've got 7:14 left to go in this first period. Timo Solani across the line. Timo Solani stops up, loses an edge, plays it around the boards. Cogliano waiting for him. He's got Bolesky up high. Solani down low. Solani circles the net, trying to center against Nick Schultz. Solani again trying to get it back to Bolesky. Too far for him, but Jones able to get it out and down the ice.
It still amazes me how fast Timo Solani is, the way he can just fly down that right-hand side. 42 years old, looks like he's got 22-year legs, and I'll tell you, he can still skate. The finish flash. There's no denying why he was nicknamed that when he came into the league.
77 games against the Oilers, 90 points. Bolesky with a wrist shot. Devin Dubnyk the save, dropped the puck down, and he'll cover it up.
Well, the Ducks starting to find their legs here in this first period, and it was a real good chance down low by Hall. That sharp angle shot tries to go 5-hole. The backhand by Eberle just goes over the crossbar, and then Bolesky again off the wall just gets the first shot there, and that puck drops down in front of Dubnyk. Good job by Whitney there to kind of shove it back into his goalie so he can cover it up on that rebound opportunity.
Matt Bolesky got a power play goal and an assist against the game against the LA Kings. His first career power play goal. Scoring chances 5-1 in favor of the Oilers, but still no score. With 6:13 left to go in the period. 11-4, the shots on goal favor the Oilers. At one point, it was 9-0. Cam Fowler to Koivu. Koivu gets around Smithson. Winning. Can't get the shot away, and Smithson picks it up. He'll flip it high down into Duck territory. Cleared away by Beauchemin and cleared it right up to Radek Dvorak. A wrist shot could not get all of it because Mark Fistrick prevented that. Telus Oilers hockey from the Honda Center
Stanley Cup playoffs.
here on the net.
Congratulations to the Santa Margarita Eagles hockey team who won the USA High School Varsity Championship, defeating a team from Colorado on March 24th by a score of 4-3 in overtime, and they were congratulated at this evening's game. And there is a tie-in to the Anaheim Ducks. Two of the players on this particular championship team are Emil and Eitu Solani. So we say thank you to them on the part of the Santa Margarita School in winning. And by the way, when those two kids who are twins hit the same player at the same time, of course, that's a Solani sandwich.
Emerson Edom out on the ice right now, Louis. A guy from Long Beach, California, who grew up idolizing you when you spent your time there.
The Ice Dogs. You talked about the madhouse there and going to games as a youngster, but a real quick player, and they're really liking the way he's developed here in his first year of pro hockey. He's got wheels to burn, that's for sure.
Steckel trying to get him the puck. Instead, it is Magnus Piarvi bouncing it off the boards for Gagne. Gagne chips it in. He'll go after it. Tony Lubman will get there first, play it around the boards. And it's picked up by Spiza. Spiza with one of the 5 shots on Devin Dubnyk so far in this period. As Justin Schultz hears the Boo Birds one more time. I wonder if that's going to be the rest of his career. One of those guys that every time he comes in here for the rest of his life is going to get booed.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it's going to be.
He heard some of the boos in Vancouver, being a BC kid who decided not to sign with them either, but the boos not quite as loud as the boos here.
And I think the way you have to look at it, if you're young Justin Schultz, who doesn't seem to be the player from what we've seen in his first year of pro hockey, as being a guy that really will be affected by too much. I doubt it's the first time he's been booed. He was a great player in Wisconsin. I'm sure some of the buildings that he went into there were pretty hostile towards him. So he's one of those guys that can kind of turn off the mechanism. Great Kevin Costner movie for the love of the game, where you just turn it off and concentrate on the game. And he's shown that he can do that in spades. So I don't think it'll be a problem for him.
Taken in the second round in 2008, 43rd overall, as the action heats up on the near side, involving Bobby Ryan. Corey Perry with it now. Corey Perry with a shot, and that one gets deflected high. Lombardi to Perry. Perry. Nugent Hopkins trying to get it away from Bobby Ryan. It does. Schultz plays it along the boards for Hall. He was run into by Beauchemin. And the Oilers are hemmed up. Bobby Ryan off the end of his stick could not get the shot away. Ryan takes a stick up high. Play continues. Referee didn't see it. And the puck comes out to center as Bobby Ryan heads to the bench. Flying in is Timo Solani. Solani with a shot up high, and that one caught a piece of the post. 2 sticks behind the net. One of them is Bobby Ryan's. Ducks keep the pressure on here. Solani with the puck again. Navigates through a pile of wood. Back to the point. Beauchemin did not get much of that one. Able to keep it in nicely, though. And now Justin Schultz will play it around the boards. Picked up by Ladislav Schmid. Takes a hit. Gets the puck out to center. It's shot right back in.
This is a replica of the remote that inspired the big win. The original was tragically lost in a couch.
Get your game on with Pools.
Great pushback shift here by the Anaheim Ducks, and a good cycle down low. And then it's Nick Schultz and Bobby Ryan that have a little battle here as he gets the little stinky shoulder. Didn't like that too much. Comes back at him with a couple missed throws there. And then right here, you'll watch the stick of Schultz comes up and catches Bobby Ryan as he gets picked going through. So it wasn't intentional, and it was the way that he was picked coming through, but he did definitely come up and hit Ryan. As you can see him on the bench here having a word with the referee. That stick came up and caught him pretty aggressively.
Steve Gazzari and Tom Cowell are the referees, and Tom Cowell was trying to get away from that behind the net, and he went down.
I looked right away back at Steve Gazzari as well, who was the back referee on the play, and he didn't have his hand up at all. Didn't even think about throwing it up, so he obviously didn't see the way that it happened. And with 2 Ducks kind of converging in, a little pick, it was Schultz's stick that came back and through and caught Ryan up aggressively. And lucky he wears that visor. It looks like it caught him up underneath in the eye area.
He is staying on the bench. Fistrick will play it along the boards to Magnus Piarvi. Checked in the neutral zone, and it's picked up there by Koivu. And Fistrick knocked down Dvorak. Koivu Going wide, centering right out in front and put over top of the net by Daniel Winnick. Great scoring opportunity there. And Lovejoy keeps it in for the Anaheim Ducks, who've had a pushback here. Lovejoy fires the shot through traffic, opportunity for Dvorak, and he scores. Front and put over top of the net by Daniel Winnick. Great scoring opportunity there. And Koivu going wide, centering right out in front and put over top of the net by Daniel Winnick. Great scoring.
They hung a
Played with Dallas last year.
game, but has that offense.
And this is his 23rd game against the...
He plays a simple game, but has that offensive ability to create and score goals like we just saw. But it's the way that he plays the defensive side of the puck as well that obviously enticed the Anaheim Ducks to sign him as a free agent from Davos. And he's come right in and fit nicely into this lineup.
Ben Lovejoy and Saku Koivu get the helpers on the goal by Radek Dvorak. 17:21 the time of the goal. The shots have tightened up considerably. It's now 11-8 as here comes Jordan Eberle, but it's an offside call and an interference to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. So Nugent-Hopkins is going to the penalty box for interference, and the Anaheim Ducks will go on the power play.
And as we were talking about, Steve Kozzari makes the call. I don't know what happened to Tom Koal. As you mentioned, I think that he fell down in that play, and he has left the ice. So only one referee in play here, and it'll be Kozzari that kind of continues on. They converged after it, so we'll try and get an update on that. But here's the interference by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on the blue line. He didn't like the call too much, but he'll head to the box where he hopes to.
Second power play for the Anaheim Ducks. As here comes Jordan Eberle,
off
but
the heel of the stick. And Hartikainen comes back defensively all the way back into his own zone.
Call and
Max
Max Lapierre getting the slashing penalty. That's one of the 8 rules discussed in the summertime.
He is kind of continues on the converged line. That's where he hopes to.
Best power play, fires a shot. Devin Dubnyk the save, the rebound in front, and he covers up.
Tell you what, Francois Beauchemin is just crushing the puck right now, and I don't know if it's maybe from Sheldon Surrey being here that he's picked up a couple pointers. You can always shoot the puck, but it seems to really be flying off of his stick tonight. He's had a couple that have surprised Dubnyk. Dubnyk did a good job there to corral that one and make that save after the shot. But for Beauchemin having a standout year this year for the Anaheim Ducks and potential Norris winner talk going around the league with the way that he's played here, leading in a lot of departments.
Wrap around for Perry is foiled. Beauchemin played almost 26 minutes in that game against Los Angeles.
Yeah, averaging over 23 minutes a game, and he makes it look so easy the way that he's played. He's plus 23 in the year with 88 block shots, so a pretty stacked statistically year for him.
Sheldon Surrey's a plus 26. High for best in the league. Jerid Smithson on the penalty kill. Fires a shot. Devin Dubnyk the save. The rebound in front, and he covers up.
Tell you what, Francois Beauchemin is just
See Max
crushing the
Lapierre
puck
ahead
right
of
now, and I don't know if it's maybe from Sheldon
Now
Surrey.
Lapierre's under the penalty box. Edler doesn't see him. Lapierre stays on side. Edler just wheels and short side beats Devin Dubnyk. A little bit of a screen. Potter's in the way. And you can see Dubnyk look up at his defense. Although I don't think he would have gotten that one. Just inside the post, 30 feet out. What a shot.
Good job there to corral that one and make
Potter's
that save
in the
after
way.
the shot.
And you can see Dubnyk look up at his little bit of a screen.
There to corral that one.
Potter's in the way. And you can see Dubnyk look up at his defense. Although I don't think he would have gotten that one. Just inside the post, 30 feet out. What a shot.
On the penalty kill. He and Leonard Petrell out there right now. With just over a minute to go in the penalty to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And right now, with just over a minute to go in the penalty to Ryan Anaheim, with a minute to go in this first period. Anaheim with last 9 shots after going 9 shots down to the Oilers. Shots are even at 11 apiece, side of the net for Corey Perry, and reaching out is Devin Dubnyk. As Corey Perry, a goal against LA. He's got 5 power play goals on the season. Came close there.
And you know what? Great players can create it, not a whole lot. This is a bouncing puck, and if you watch Perry, he picks it up. He doesn't try to go to the net. He recognizes he has Ryan coming through, but just because he kind of bats it on the backhand, gets a little bit of a hop off a shin pad right into Dubnyk, which wasn't an easy save. If that would have got through, it would have been a tap. happened for Bobby Ryan, who was coming late.
35 seconds to go. Game close there.
You know, great players can create not a whole lot. This is a bouncing puck. If you watch Jerid, he picks it up. He doesn't try to go to the net. He recognizes he has Ryan coming through, but just because he kind of bats it on the backhand, gets a little bit of a hop off the shin pad right into Jerid. He picks it up. He doesn't. Great players can create not a whole lot. This is a bouncing puck.
A goal against LA. He's got 5 power play goals on the season. Came close there.
And you know, great players can create not a whole lot. This is a bouncing puck, and if you watch Perry, he picks it up. He doesn't try to go to the net. He recognizes he has Ryan coming through, but just because he kind of bats it on the backhand, gets a little bit of a hop off the shin pad right into Dubnyk, which wasn't an easy save. If that would have got through, it would have been a tap-in.
Give it to 23 seconds to go in the period. Matt Bolesky will give it to Ryan. He's got Koivu out in front. Ryan works his way in. Bolesky's shot, and that one didn't work. Bobby Ryan's covering up. He's lost his helmet. Now he'll get to his feet. He got taken down by Sean Horcov. The helmet is in the corner. Firing it is Spiza. And that may have broken the stick of Devin Dubnyk, and now pushing and shoving in front of the net. And a roughing call coming up, and Ladislav Schmid is arguing. He and Bolesky were involved in front of Devin Dubnyk. Period comes to a close. 1-0 the score. And it's going to be power play time for when the Ducks start the second period. They have the only goal, and it's a former Oiler. Radek Dvorak gets his second. We'll be back with more after this.
The first period scoring summary brought to you by Worley Parsons Court. Now hiring trades in oil country. Visit worleyparsons.com/careers and apply today. And it is Radek Dvorak who's made quite an impact since signing on from the Swiss Elite League with our only goal of the game so far tonight. Louis and Kevin.
And the second period will start with Ladislav Schmid. Louis in the penalty box. 2 minutes for roughing. He and Matt Bolesky got at it right in front of Devin Dubnyk.
Yeah, they went pretty aggressively here, and if you watch Schmid come in afterwards and just bulldoze them down, that was the penalty right there. So one gets away with one, and then Schmid comes in aggressively, and it was the angle that Bolesky was in, too, that he went down so easily, but Schmid definitely did come in there aggressive. You like to see that battle in front of the net, but he's going to hopefully serve 2.
Second period has been a strong suit for the Anaheim Ducks, and you can see where they are ranked in terms of goals.
No question. When you look at it, first in the second period, 7th in the third period. So as the game goes on, they get a little bit better. And it's been a pretty good recipe all year long for them. The third-ranked team in the National Hockey League, second in the Western Conference, only to Chicago. It's worked so far.
It is their third power play. 15 shots in that first period. 6 of them came with a man advantage. Sean Horcov and Ryan Smith start the penalty kill, along with Nick Schultz and Jeff Petrie. Kyle Palmieri will go cross ice and find Beauchemin. Beauchemin is up on top. Solani in the high slot. Not going to get the puck, though. Sliding in to try and keep it in with Beauchemin, and he did a good job of that. The puck ends up behind the net now and along the near side for Solani. Teemu Solani drops it out in front. Corey Perry, and oh, what a save by Devin Dubnyk to keep it a 1-0 game as he flashes the glove. Drops it out in front. Corey Perry, and oh, what a save by Devin Dubnyk to keep it a 1-0 game as he flashes the glove.
Terrific save, and you know what? Corey Perry's looking like, how did he get a glove on that? And a terrific move by Solani. As Petrie tries to poke check him here, he walks around him, no-looker, backhand on the tape. And that was on Perry's stick for no longer than half a second as it gets away quickly. And he tries to go upstairs, and for Devin Dubnyk, watched him the whole way and snatches it out of the air.
15 of the 24 power play goals for the Anaheim Ducks have come here at the Honda Center. Solani with it again. Solani, a wrist shot of his own, and it is blocked by Nick Schultz. The Oilers they are fourth best on the road when it comes to block shots. Over 320 away from Rexall Place. Less than a minute to go in the penalty. Vladislav Schmid, Jeff Petrie. On the ice with Mark Bistrick. Mark Bistrick played over 5 minutes. Another shot up high by Solani, handled by Devin Dubnyk. Palmieri keeps it in at the point. He'll give it to Koivu. Koivu with an assist on the only goal of the game so far. Palmieri takes it off his skate and it goes out. And the Ducks will have to regroup. Koivu. 30 seconds of power play time remaining. Koivu across the blue line. Checked by Petrie. Petrie, though, can't get it by Matt Molesky. Gives it back to Koivu. Koivu looks with Spiza out in front. Can't get it to him. Petrie's got it. Fowler, though, does a good job to keep it in. Lucas Spiza. Sharp angle shot trying to center it. And it was prevented from getting across by Mark Bistrick. Koivu with it now. He's got Molesky out in front. There's a shot by Spiza. That one sails over top of the net. Koivu again, and this time it is Bobby Ryan's chance. He is stopped by Devin Dubnyk. Penalty is over. Schmid is back on the ice. Molesky from the corner. Takes a hit from Schmid as those two come together again. Bistrick ties up his man as well, but the puck is still alive. 3 shots for the Ducks on that power play. Bistrick had tied up Bobby Ryan. Great chances for the Ducks. The best penalty killer, no doubt about it, Louis, was Devin Dubnyk.
Yeah, a couple of terrific passes by Koivu to get it out into the slot for 2 dynamite chances. Spiza and Ryan, and then the one by Corey Perry on that pass from Solani. So some real good action around Devin Dubnyk, some good puck control by the Anaheim Ducks, and I was really impressed with how hard they worked in that power play, battling for those loose pucks. They did not relent. Tough to get that puck out of the zone.
And it's still in the Oilers zone right now. Shot by Pagliano is stopped by Devin Dubnyk. 19-11, the shots on goal, favor of Anaheim. Nugent Hopkins chips it in. He's going to chase it himself against Tony Ludman. Now to the near side, Justin Schultz. Here's the booze. He's been hearing them all game. Paul from the corner centers it for Nugent Hopkins. He goes down, and the Ducks come back the other way. Winning. Flips a easy save for Dubnyk.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kevin, the first shot for the Ducks didn't come till after the 10-minute mark of the first period, but Devin Dubnyk has been under a lot of firepower here. Second half of that first and early into this second. A couple dynamite chances there. A terrific save to stop that one there. And I think he got a piece of that one, too, from Ryan, who didn't get all of it, but directed it towards the net. 2 terrific passes from the corner by Koivu on that second power play unit with a couple good chances.
12 scoring chances for Anaheim, 5 for Edmonton. It's a 1-0 game.
That one, too, by Koivu on that second power play unit with a couple good chances.
12 scoring chances for Anaheim, 5 for Edmonton. It's a 1-0 game.
The game was scoreless in game 1.
Palmieri. Steckel. Palmieri. And there is Devin Dubnyk with the angle covered. Nick Schultz without his stick. Battles behind the net against David Steckel. Steckel comes away. Schultz, good job to cruise over there and get his stick right back. Palmieri checked by Schmid. The puck comes free. Edom. All the way back to the blue line. He'll play it to Beauchemin on the near side. He'll chip it in behind the net. Palmieri looking for it. Schmid takes him as Gagne plays it along the boards for Magnus Bjarvi. And Bjarvi can't get it by Beauchemin. Backhand in. Tipped by Palmieri. Palmieri tipped that puck, and Devin Dubnyk made the save. It might have been going wide anyway. Beauchemin at the blue line. Throws a wrist shot through traffic. And again, Kyle Palmieri is there. It deflects it wide.
You know, Kevin, you've heard me use the term ground and pound a few times this year, and that's exactly what it is. The perfect example of it for Anaheim. Just relentless on the forecheck, working off the cycle, getting pucks to the net, but then that effort to get to that loose puck again and set up again and get a second opportunity. They've come out in the second period. Obviously, the power play has built their momentum, and they've carried it right over here, 5-on-5.
Bistrick stopped Lombardi's progress. Gets that puck in. And there is Jonas Hiller to cover it up. Gene Principe.
Well, Kevin and Louis, we should tell everyone on Sportsnet 1, it's the Toronto Blue Jays coming up as they will take on Detroit. That happens tomorrow, a bit of an early start. Out west, 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time.
Yeah, the Blues are done. Or the Blue Jays are done. I mean, it's, wow.
When you talk to any goaltender, the toughest saves they have to make are ones like this in a redirection situation. Great job by Palmieri to get that puck off the stick. Good hand-eye coordination and deflected down into the feet of Devin Dubnyk, who comes up with yet another good save.
The Oilers will return home to play another Pacific Division team, the Phoenix Coyotes, on Wednesday. The Oilers 4-3 in Division. The Oilers will return home to play another Pacific Division team, the Phoenix Coyotes, on Wednesday.
Saturday.
The Oilers 4-3 against this division.
4-1. In the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Around behind the net, Nugent Hopkins is there. Nugent Hopkins being watched by Koivu, leaves it for Taylor Hall. Hall back to the point. Schmid waiting for it. He'll give it to Petrie on the near side. Petrie fires a wrist shot that goes up Bobby Ryan. Lucas Pisa has his pocket picked by Nugent Hopkins. Gets it to Eberle. Eberle walks out. Eberle trying to stuff it home. Ryan, one-on-one against Petrie. Good job by Jeff Petrie. Sends away Taylor Hall and off the stick of number 4. Corey Perry. He gets stopped by Ladislav Schmid. So 2 good defensive plays by that Perry. Nugent Hopkins slips it in. That line's been out there for a while. They're going to peel off and make a change.
Good shift by that line.
Salani gets surrounded. The 4th line up there for the Edmonton Oilers. Schultz with it now. Justin Schultz plays it around the boards, waiting for it. Is Smithson, and Smithson flips it down the ice. He'll be picked up there by Cam Fowler. First round pick in 2010 is Cam Fowler, went 12th overall. Still looking for his first goal of the season. He has gone 37 games without lighting the lamp.
Yeah, a little bit of a drop down for Fowler. 40 points in his rookie season and 29 points last year. Only 7 on the year this year, but you know, one of those guys that's certainly still building, and an ex-teammate of Taylor Hall winning the Memorial Cup in Windsor with him. And here's some good defense by Jeff Petrie, a tricky guy, and Bobby Ryan, who loves to try and go around defensemen, stays with the body and has an active stick and stops that one there. And then this is another good stop by Schmid, the next sequence down the ice on Perry. So going up against those 2 guys that are very good players, some of the best in the league, one-on-one, you know that Schmid and Petrie are going to have their work cut out for him tonight.
Ladislav Schmid is 4th in the league in blocked shots. Jeff Petrie, another guy that blocks a lot of shots, and more physical Jeff Petrie. He's got 94 hits so far this season. Ladislav Schmid has got 119.
Well, he stepped up and laid a pretty big hit on Bobby Ryan early in this game. And I think that kind of set the tone early on, and you saw the Oilers go on to start to outshoot the Ducks 9-0 before they got their first shot. But now 22-12, the shots are in favor of Bruce Boudreau's Anaheim Ducks. So they've obviously gotten their legs back from the game last night, that emotional win over the Los Angeles Kings. They have the 1-0 lead, and they've carried it through into this second period.
14 minutes for the Oilers between shots. You mentioned 11. They've got 12 now. They've got 1 shot in this second period. They had 24 shots in that game against the LA Kings. A delay to adjust the clock. It's set to go. It's got 13:54 on it right now.
Well, it's pretty hard to get shots when you're in the defensive zone defending the whole period so far. There's only been a couple shifts in the offensive zone. And they'll have to turn that momentum around.
Winning shot bobbled by Devin Dubnyk. Koivu behind the net. Centers it out in front for Winnick. Off his stick. Radek Dvorak. Winnick and Koivu, the forward line. Winnick with it now. Whitney watching him, and he steals the puck away. Beauchemin checked by Smith as he came down from his blue line position. Did Francois Beauchemin. They battle for the loose puck, and Smith wins that battle and gets it down the ice. Jones giving chase against Ryan Allen. Allen, the former draft pick of the Vancouver Canucks, sends the puck down into Oiler territory. Petrie. Checked by Steckel. Ducks making changes. Steckel first guy out there. Spiza able to keep it in at the blue line. Palmieri. Edom centering pass for Steckel, and another good defensive play turned in by Jeff Petrie. Yakupov. To Magnus Piarvi plays it behind the net. Down to the near side, and it's flipped down the ice by David Steckel. Jeff Petrie. We saw Jason Garrison and his good stick in that game the Oilers played in Vancouver. We're seeing Jeff Petrie tonight.
Yeah, Garrison had a huge impact in that game against Edmonton, just in a defensive role. And tonight we're seeing Jeff Petrie really put on a clinic here. He's been really solid in the defensive zone. He's been hard to play against. He's been physical and has had a terrific stick.
Bouncing puck for Nail Yakupov, but it was gloved ahead by Magnus Bjarby. Tellis, Oilers hockey. From Anaheim, a bouncing puck for Nail Yakupov.
Stanley Cup playoffs.
Cogliano took a high stick in the mouth. It didn't stop him from playing, but it did stop him from an off-ice assignment. Andrew was to go bowling as part of a community event, but instead of showing up, he sent a message of why he couldn't make it. And it may be 8 months away, but I'm guessing that Andrew will want for Christmas his 2 front teeth back again.
I'll tell you, Gene, it was amazing when he was with the Oilers there. He had a lot of problems with that upper lip, and there was a sequence of games where he got bumped by sticks and shoulders and whatever for 3 or 4 games in a row. He just couldn't get it to settle down. Well, now he doesn't have to worry about it because there's no teeth there anymore. So, but took it all in stride, and he looks like a hockey player more and more every year.
And remember, 3 straight overtime game winners. An NHL record when he was in an Oiler uniform, and the sticks and gloves went to the Hall of Fame after that feat.
Yeah, you know what? For Andrew Cogliano has really found his little niche here in Anaheim this year. Had a real good conversation with Bruce Boudreau in the offseason coming into this season about his role and just playing with the way he's playing. And Boudreau had a couple of real nice things to say about Cogliano, the way he's approached the game this year. 12 goals on the season, and he's not an active power play guy. So that's a lot of production for a guy that doesn't get a whole lot of the special teams. He's an excellent penalty killer using his speed, and he's played up and down the lineup column so far this year for Anaheim, one of the hottest teams in the league, and done very well in that position.
3-game point streak for Andrew Cogliano. The Oilers dominating in the faceoff circle right now. In the second period, they have won 6 of the 7 draws. Getting knocked down was Lombardi. The puck sits at the side of the net. It's still a live opportunity in front. Beauchemin hit the post, but the post was off the mooring, so it wouldn't have counted anyway.
No, I don't know if that went off the post or that hit him in the bucket. I'll tell you what, this looked to me like it was going over the line. You could be right, but the post was back, obviously, behind the goal line. Devin Dubnik's pretty interested in looking up to see where this went. And for Beauchemin, he's wondering why the net was off in the first place. Great job by Anaheim to keep crashing the net, trying to drive this one home, and eventually pops right out to Beauchemin, who's closed the distance and come in here. So I'll watch it again here, and it was actually Lombardi that jams it through, and you're right, off the bar. So good eyes by you. Those glasses are working, my friend.
And those carrots.
But a real high-quality chance there, and thankfully for the Oilers, that net did come up off the rear ends.
So let's see if the Oilers can take advantage of this break with that 4th line out there, but this time Smithson unable to win the draw. Mike Brown picks it up, and Mike Brown wants to get that puck out. Can't do it. Kept in by Tony Ludman. Valesky centers. Cogliano down low. He'll give it to the Hall of Famer. Back up top it comes. Quick shot by Spiza, and a block by Smithson, who had lost his stick. Spiza unable to keep it into the point. That will give Smithson an opportunity to get off the ice. Valesky, Solani, Cogliano. Solani with it now. Teemu Solani. Back to the point. Tony Ludman waiting for it there. Ludman tipped in front by Valesky, but it was a harmless tip. But Cogliano able to keep it in. Good defensive play there by Brown. But a tripping penalty coming up. And once again, the Ducks are going to the power play.
Pro Hockey Life, the ultimate hockey megastore.
Well, just some relentless pressure in the offensive zone by Anaheim. Great second efforts here as they steal the puck back. It'll be Mark Fistrick that'll go to the penalty box here as he chops down Teemu Solani. And it would have been a 2-on-1 in tight. And he'll head to the box for 2.
The Ducks with 24 shots, 10 of them have come on the power play. They will go to their 4th chance right now.
And, they set that whole thing up 3 shifts in a row. They got the puck in the offensive zone. They've been relentless on it. And have caught the Oilers a little bit flat-footed in this second period and draw another penalty.
Solani wins that draw straight back. Here's a shot by Bobby Ryan. Didn't get all of it. He sent it wide. Lombardi on the far side. Smith and Horcov. Schmid and Petrie, the penalty killers. Ryan with it again on the near side. He'll go down low. Corey Perry out in front it goes. Horcov had tied up Solani before he could get a shot away. Killer is going to leave it for Francois Beauchemin. Beauchemin sees a lane. He'll take it. Francois Beauchemin gives it to Corey Perry. Gets it right back again. Behind the net. Perry is in that defensive position occupied by Beauchemin. Now he'll go down low. He'll go right in front of the net. Hard pass across. Picked off by Leonard Petrell. Petrell has got Gagne. Gagne, Petrell moving in shorthanded. Gagne stops up with a backhand opportunity. That was stopped by Bobby Ryan. Petrell has got it now. Petrell back to Whitney. He'll just flip it behind the net. Gagne there to work some time off the clock. Turns. Sharp angle shot. Stopped by Hiller. And it's picked up by Matthew Lombardi. Good job there by Gagne. And Petrell. Smithson on the ice now. Bobby Ryan moves in. 45 seconds to go. The pass was behind Perry. Perry's got Fowler up top. He'll try and get it across to Bobby Ryan. Good read by Smithson to break it up. And an offside call as Smithson and Ryan go down.
Well, one of the reasons they wanted to pick up Jerid Smithson from the Florida Panthers is his penalty killing abilities. And a good job here for him. Knows that it's going to be a outnumbered rush coming back even more so with Sam Gagne in the offensive zone. So what does he do? He comes back to the middle, attacks from the middle. And a good aggressive play there and a good stick to knock that pass across out of the zone and get the whistle. So some good penalty killing by him on that last shift.
He was 7-2 in the faceoff circle in that game against Los Angeles. His first, so he is over 55% on the season in the dot. Fowler brings it in. Cam Fowler drop pass for Koivu. He goes down. Bolesky checked by Ryan Smith. Smith works it out. He's got Horcov with him. Ryan Smith gets caught from behind by Matt Bolesky.
I'm impressed with Bolesky's effort here. That's twice now that he's come back hard. Once on Fisted to draw that penalty eventually in the offensive zone. And right there on Ryan Smith just did not relent on the back check and steals the puck.
Bolesky is 24 years old. He's got 4 points in his last 4 games. Anaheim, though, do not get a shot on that power play. Fistrick is out of the box. 8.5 minutes to go in the second period of a 1-0 game. Hall trying to bring it in. Got 8.5 minutes to go in the second period of a 1-0 game. Hall trying to bring it in. Got it cut. Oilers hockey skates. Second period of 5.
Stanley Cup playoff.
Honda Center. Tell us Oilers hockey. And it's right here on the
Last fan standing and answer predictive questions each Oilers game for a chance to win weekly, monthly, and one of 4 grand prizes. Visit EdmontonOilers.com/lastfanstanding today for your chance to win 2013-2014 Oilers season seats, VIP experiences, and much more.
24 shots to 13 for the Anaheim Ducks. The Oilers, though, have done a good job of preventing more from getting through. They have blocked 13 Duck shots so far in this hockey game.
Yeah, been a lot of defending so far by Edmonton after that 10-minute start for them where they came out flying, generated a few real high-quality chances. Only 13 shots so far for them, 24 for Anaheim, so they've been doing a lot of defending, and obviously the 4 straight penalties by Edmonton have helped that amount. They've killed off all 4, but it certainly does start to wear you down after a while if you're continually penalty killing, so discipline will be a key here for the remainder of this game. They're still in this one, 1-0. After 4 power plays in a row for Anaheim. So,
race for the puck. Team Duck shots so far in this hockey game.
That's why he's in the penalty box.
Second power play for the Canucks.
Yeah, been a lot of defending so far by Edmonton after that 10-minute start.
Team Duck shots so far in this hockey game.
Yeah, been a lot of defending so far by Edmonton after that 10-minute start for them where they came out flying, generated a few real high-quality chances. Only 13 shots so far.
Really hard for the goaltender when a player's cutting across, and you can see Edler makes a great play in his own zone. He's cutting across, and if you don't see it off the stick, you're going one way, you don't know whether to go too far.
A lot of defending so far by Edmonton after that 10-minute start for them where they came out flying, generated a few real high-quality.
Alex Schultz.
Back to Dan Hamby.
And we're coming back the other way.
In the conversation afterwards, he didn't think that he beat him. Dvorak thought that he got to this puck first, but a good job by Schultz to continue skating all the way through. And, ooh, that's tough to tell. For Dvorak, he had kind of the can opener position in that spot, kind of jammed it through, but the linesman gives it to Justin Schultz.
Radek Dvorak, the only goal in this game. 2 goals in the 5 games he has played in a Duck uniform. Jeff Petrie took a big hit there from Daniel Winnick, and then a little look back at the referee.
Felt it was a little high.
Yakupov with it on the near side. Yakupov to Magnus Piarvi, to the middle for Gagne, just out of his reach. Killer sweeps that away. Palmieri one-on-one against Schmid. Palmieri's got Cogliano in front, and the puck arrived there ahead of number 7. Gagne goes cross ice as things start to open up with 7:18 left to go in the second period. Back come the Ducks. Palmieri trying to get by Schmid. He's got Edom out in front. Brian Allen pinching in. Petrie with it now, under pressure from Edom. Back to the point it comes. Allen steps into a shot, and that went off Magnus Piarvi into the far corner. Palmieri looking for David Steckel. Broken up there by Gagne. Now behind the net. Schmid takes a hit, and he gets knocked down, and he is slow to get up. Emerton Edom went flying into him. There's a shot and a great save by Devin Dubnyk. Corey Perry let that one go. Ladislav Schmid would love to get a change. Magnus Piarvi may give him that opportunity now as he gets the puck out. Edom is a kid that is 6'1", 210 pounds, and Louis, he travels quickly to get to his hits.
Yeah, no question. I guess he's just an absolute workoutaholic too. A kid that really dedicates himself to training, being in shape, and shows in his play. And right there catches Schmid a little bit from behind.
And Lovejoy taps the puck out. Justin Schultz gathers it up, retreats back into his own zone. He'll give it to Horcov. Horcov, Jones, and Smith, the forward line. Hiller going to leave it there for Fowler. Plays it around the boards for Perry. Good job by Horcov to break that up. Now Horcov will chase after it. Lovejoy gets there first. Corey Perry. Lombardi stops up. Lombardi trying to find the trailer, and that was Bobby Ryan, but it was a good job by Nugent Hopkins to stop that. Nugent Hopkins with a wrist shot, and that went off Spiza and up into the netting. Edom with a hit on Schmid. Schmid slow to get up. Game one. We'll be back.
The Oil Kings are working through round 2 of the Western Hockey League playoffs, and they're bringing playoff hockey back to Rexall Place. It happens tomorrow as they take on the Medicine Hat Tigers. Currently, the Oil Kings lead the series at this point 2-0, but should Game 5 be necessary, advance tickets start at just $20. Secure your seats today at oilkings.ca.
Ladislav Schmid on the bench. That is a good sign.
And
the top line on the ice right now for the Oilers with 5.5 minutes to go in the second period. Hall plays it back to the point. Waiting for it there is Whitney. Ludman gave it away to Hall with a shot. Hiller makes the save. The puck loose in front. And it's picked up by Winnick. Winnick. Dvorak. Koivu. Dvorak shoots it in. Dubnyk stops it up behind the net. He's going to play it himself to the corner. Dvorak there on the intercept, but Hall recovers and gets the puck to Whitney. Whitney to the middle for Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins drops it back for Whitney. Throws it right in front. And Hall was cruising. Back to the point it comes. Fistrick lays it around the boards. It gets by Hall. Winnick waiting for it. And he will casually flip it and get it by Eberle. Picked up by Koivu. Just out of his reach, though. Eberle. Hall with it now. Hall to Eberle. Eberle across the blue line. Jordan Eberle cutting for the net. Couldn't get that patented backhand, and a penalty coming up, and it is going to be a great opportunity for the Oilers. Just their second power play of this game and first of the period.
It looks like it's going to be Lucas Spiza who's going to go to the box. 2 minutes for hooking here on a real nice pass from Hall to Eberle with speed, and this is one of the first times we've seen an Oiler be able to come down with speed and challenge one-on-one. He digs in a little too deep. And the Oilers not too happy with a couple non-calls. We saw Taylor Hall go up to the referees in that intermission break there and have a little chat with them, saying he felt a couple of the hits were high. And now we see a penalty go to Anaheim, and we get their second power play.
Good news. Your top line creates a power play chance as the puck comes flying out off the stick of Magnus Piarvi. The bad news is that top line can't start this power play, but it has been very good on the road.
Yeah, it really has been. When you look at the way that they've gone over the course of this season so far on the road, their power play has been very good as of late at 36%. So they're hoping to keep that trend alive with their second power play opportunity here, down by 1.
fifth-ranked power play on the road. 32 goals for the Oilers with the man advantage. That is fourth best in the National Hockey League. And half of those goals have come away from Rexall Place. Ryan Whitney will give it to Eberle. Jordan Eberle moving in. Here's Jordan Eberle. Drop pass. And we welcome those fans who have watched the Calgary Flames defeat the Colorado Avalanche 3-1. Kevin Quinn working alongside Louis DeBrusque. Gene Principe also here. 1-0 the score for the Anaheim Ducks. They scored in the first period. The Oilers on their second power play. And has a minute and 13 left in it. Lucas Spiza in the box for Anaheim. Radek Dvorak scored at 17:21 of the first period from Ben Lovejoy and Saku Koivu, and that has been the only scoring. Anaheim has outshot the Edmonton Oilers 25-14. The boos you hear are for Justin Schultz, who did not sign here after being drafted in the second round in 2008. And the fans have been giving it to Justin Schultz all game long.
And lucky for him, there's another Schultz on the team because they gave it to him a little bit as well, as Nick Schultz took a little bit of the booing. But I think they finally dialed it into which one is Justin.
Winnick on the steal. Nugent Hopkins will play it back to Schultz, but there is Winnick to get a shorthanded shot away. The Oilers a little discombobulated in their own zone. Winnick with the puck now. He and Cogliano killing this penalty off. Anaheim with 3 shorthanded goals so far this season. Cogliano with the puck now. Andrew Cogliano dancing in the corner and draws a penalty as Nugent Hopkins is going to go to the box for tripping. A frustrating power play for the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, only the second for Edmonton, so obviously not too happy with the way this one turned out. And some excellent penalty killing by Winnick and Cogliano down low. A couple of button hooks here, and for Nugent Hopkins will go to the box for the second time in this game tonight. And it was the aggressive play of Winnick early on that kind of bobbles that puck off the stick of Justin Schultz, starts that whole sequence off in the defensive zone, so they just can't get themselves set up in the offensive zone on the power play, and as a result, will be shorthanded after 10 seconds when Spiza comes out of the box. But here's the goal in the first period that gave the Anaheim Ducks the 1-0 lead. It was all Edmonton early, but it was the Ducks that eventually started to find their legs. Radek Dvorak with a nice rebound here, puts on the backhand by Devin Dubnyk. 26-14 the shots in favor of Anaheim. So for Dubnyk, didn't face a whole lot early as the Ducks took over 10 minutes to get their first shot on net, but they've made up for it with spades in the second half of that first into the second.
Now the Ducks are on the power play for the 5th time in this game. They did not get a shot on their 4th power play chance. Palmieri brings it across the line. He is checked. Smithson and Smith, the penalty killers, they will change up now. Leonard Petrell and Sean Horcov out there. Francois Beauchemin works his way across the line. He dropped it back to Palmieri. Palmieri wasn't ready for it. Matthew Lombardi, Timo Solani, and Corey Perry are up front. And both power plays in this second period having trouble. Solani stops up. Teemu Solani takes a look. He'll deliver it down low. Perry with a shot, and again Devin Dubnyk gets a piece of that. He has been outstanding against Corey Perry in this hockey game. Spiza trying to get the hard slap pass to Solani. That didn't work. Lombardi will pick it up. Lombardi being watched by Schmid. Plays it back to the point. Spiza with it now. Lucas Spiza will give it to Corey Perry. Perry turns, moves to the middle to Beauchemin. Beauchemin back to Spiza. Spiza takes the shot. Solani will let it go. That was blocked and is picked up by Corey Perry. Perry walks in, delivers to Solani. Solani shot stopped by Devin Dubnyk. 18 seconds left to go, and the penalty to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. An opportunity now for Sam Gagner, shorthanded, but the puck is too far gone. And Hiller will play it, and both teams make changes. Less than a minute to go in the period. Jeff Petrie against Cam Fowler. Fowler takes the puck away. 2 shots for the Ducks on that power play. Nugent-Hopkins is on the ice. Fistrick in the corner. Lombardi gets knocked down, and the puck is still alive. Ryan Smith trying to get it away from Cam Fowler. Nugent-Hopkins in there. Nugent-Hopkins from behind the net. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to Ryan Smith in tight quarters with 24 seconds to go. The puck squirts free for Perry. Shoots it in. Devin Dubnik's going to stop it in behind the net. He'll leave it there for Mark Fister. Mark Fister, a healthy scratch for the last 7 games. First game back since March the 25th. Once again, Devin Dubnik will leave it behind the net. And it is going to be Jeff Petrie who is going to run out the clock.
Out of the clock.
Once again, Devin Dubnik will leave it behind the net. And it is going to be Jeff Petrie who is...
With 1.1 second left. Third goal in the playoffs for the captain. And the goal has beaten the buzzer.
Out the clock.
Makes it 1-0 Oilers in game 1.
This perfect. 40 minutes in the books. Devin Dubnik has made 27 saves. So 40 minutes.
Get your game on.
Going to run out the clock. And the net. And it is going to be Jeff Petrie who is going to run out the clock.
Gets the assist to Ryan Smith.
This perfectly preserved uniform came to us via a generous donation from our champion's wife.
Get your game on with Pools.
40 minutes in the books. Devin Dubnik has made 27 saves so far.
28 saves in
When we
game
come
1.
back, Devin Dubnik has made 27
Horcov.
saves so far.
The captain.
When we come back, we'll take you
with
to
a
Hockey
goal in
Central.
game 1.
We'll break down this game and the rest of the
We'll
night
have Hockey
in the National
Central.
Hockey League. Vladislav Schmid took that hard hit, but he will start this third period, and the Oilers need him. They're down by 1.
They're up by 1.
And they have the top
In
line
game
ready to
1.
go. And Louis,
And it's 1-0.
this is one of those games that you don't want to be
in the playoffs.
put too much emphasis on it, but it is key for the Oilers to get something out here, and they are down just by 1 despite being outshot 28-14 through 40 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. They're great in this game, and when you look at it, they really shouldn't be. Devin Dubnik's been fantastic through 2 periods, 28-14, as you mentioned, in shots. But they're only down by 1, and I do look at this as a must-win game for the Edmonton Oilers, a game that they have to get back into here and generate something in this third period. The 6-2 night for the Anaheim Ducks, so they should be the more energetic squad in this third.
Anaheim won a shootout last night against L.A., but a giveaway here for Radek Dvorak. He has a shootout last night.
So they should be the more energetic squad in this third.
Anaheim won a shootout last night against L.A., but a giveaway here for Radek.
First round
Won a shootout last night against L.A., but a giveaway here for Radek Dvorak. He has the only shootout last night against L.A. Turned to second period, but here's Taylor Hall firing a shot, and that one gets deflected up high and into the netting.
Maria is brought to you by Worley Parsons Cord, now hiring trades in oil country. Visit WorleyParsons.com/careers and apply today. Well, not much has changed from the first period through to the second period, and the Oilers hope there is a change when it comes to no scoring for them in the third period.
And both teams have been stopped on their power plays. The Oilers 1 for 4 against L.A. They are 0 for 2 so far tonight. Anaheim was also 1 for 4 against Los Angeles last night. They are 0 for 5.
Edmonton Oilers.
They have generated 12 shots with the man advantage.
They play against this team with the 2006
Yakupov
Stanley Cup.
to Nick Schultz. Nick Schultz throws it towards the net. He scores. Nick Schultz.
Doesn't make the save.
Yakupov. Yakupov to Nick. Yakupov to Nick Schultz. He is top.
The dominance of the Anaheim shoulder of Himmler. And if you watch Himmler bar instead, they spark up.
Nick Schultz. And we've got a tie game. Nick Schultz, 1 goal in his last 59 games, but it's a huge one. Andrew Pagliano throws it towards the net. Nick Schultz is there doing what he has done so well, blocking it, and Devin Dubnik hangs on. Our next score and win winner, courtesy of Safeway, is Donna Potter of Edmonton, who has won the Husqvarna trimmer on the goal by Nick Schultz, who has won the Husqvarna trimmer
period
on the goal by Nick Schultz, Neil Yakupov,
Sean Horcov,
Sam Gagne getting the helpers.
And Sam Gagne.
Sam Gagne, 4 points in his last 4 games.
Sam Gagne's
got 13 assists on the year.
Postseason.
He's got 6 points in his last 5 games. And the Oilers have light. Everly with the puck now. The top line trying to follow up on that goal by Nick Schultz. Ladislav Schmid pitches in, plays it behind the net. It gets by Everly, but there is Petrie on the far side. Everly now. Jordan Everly back to the point. Schmid off balance, throws it towards the net. Hiller the save, and he'll hang on.
Well, I like to cycle down low, and I like the fact that the defensemen for Edmonton, Schmid and Petrie, on this shift are staying aggressive, and both of them get down into the play and keep it alive once each. But you'll watch this play as it's Petrie that pinches down, keeps it alive, nice little cycle, and then the one-timer from Schmid from the blue line, only one high body, not even really in front of Hiller, so you have to have that traffic in front with a shot like that. But I like the fact that they're being aggressive in the offensive zone and establishing that cycle, which they weren't able to do too often in the first 2 periods.
Mark Bistrick in his first game back after being a healthy scratch for the last 7, playing over 10 minutes. So go back and pick up that puck.
Here in this playoff
Nick Schultz, February 26, 2012 against San Jose. The last time he lit the lamp. And he has done it here, a minute 12 into the 3rd period. We're tied at 1.
And it's still
Yakupov came in tied for 4th in rookie points as the puck.
Dubnik.
That's
What a save by Devin Dubnik to preserve a 1-0 lead.
Gagne takes it away, gives it to Whitney. Whitney retreating against David Stecker. Throws it ahead, a race for it, but Gagne lost an edge. And Spiza touches it. It's going to be icing.
Choose for the home team from the home team. Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners. With expert advice.
Sam Gagne has a little stumble here as he tries to go in offensively on the forecheck here. Just loses an edge, goes in, and can't quite get to that puck in time. Would have probably been the first one there, but it comes down the face-off to the left of Dubnik.
Weigel with a backhand that goes wide. I guess the Army can't get it by Cam Fowler. He lets the shot go through traffic, and that one goes wide as well. Ben Lovejoy plays it behind the net. Out in front, quick shot by Winnick as he was set up by Radek Dvorak. This line has been dangerous for the Anaheim Ducks.
What a save! 2 chances to tie this game at 1.
They're signing as a free agent. Nice little pass from Daniel Winnick having a terrific year this year at Anaheim after signing as a free agent. Nice little pass from behind the net. And another good save by Dubnik.
32-16. The shots on goals. It takes a funny hop off the Stanley. Taylor Hall winding up down the left side. Hall moving in. Hall with the backhand. Shot by Hiller, and then he crashes into the net. Takes it over to the Blues.
Here's Taylor
And we
Hall.
get a whistle.
Oh, get his whistle. Here's Taylor
Hall in the third period. That's what you call going to...
He made the stop and made the whistle.
Yeah, I like to see...
The Oilers kept a 1-0 lead. And it was offside.
This life from Taylor Hall in the third period. And that's what you call going to the net. Pretty hard as well. Nice little move here. Loses it. Tries to jam it on the backhand. Good play by Hall at the last second to try and just fork that puck right into Hiller. Maybe get a lucky bounce and go through him, but he can't stop himself from going into him afterwards. So a lot of speed in that last little poke right there. Good save by Hiller, knowing that he's coming that fast down to stand his ground and make that save on Hall.
Taylor Hall tied for 8th in the league in points. He's got 41. Leads the team. And he also leads the team in assists. He's got 28.
And he makes another save by Devin Dubnik. 33 saves in game 1.
Ryan Smith, Ryan Jones, Sean Horcov. The line out there now, and it's Smith with the puck. Looking for Jones, who was picked off before it could get to him. Bobby Ryan will backhand it in. Ryan on the intercept. Took it away from Nick Schultz. The shot goes wide on the far side. Kept in. Lombardi behind the net. Ryan out in front. Matthew Lombardi turns, takes a look. He still hangs onto it. Gives it to Corey Perry. He'll chop it in behind the net. Lombardi waiting for it on the far side. Poked away from him neatly there by Sean Horcov.
Lombardi. And there was a save. Another save by Devin Dubnyk.
Lays it around the boards to his defensive partner, Justin Schultz. Schultz to Horcov. Horcov leads the rush with Jones and Smith. Brian Smith moving in. Wrist shot. Missed from the far side. All the way around the boards. It comes to Timo Solani. Solani trying to go wide on Schmid. Schmid stops him. And Ladislav Schmid outlets for Hall. Hall right back on the ice with Nugent Hopkins and Everly. Nugent Hopkins had to wait for Hall to clear. Does. Hiller behind the net. Almost gave it away to Jordan Everly. Cogliano did give it away to Nugent Hopkins. A sneaky backhand that goes wide. Matt Bolesky on the far side. Bolesky checked by Everly. And touched by Nugent. Matt Bolesky on the far side.
On the far side. And another nice guard. And a save.
And it's outside.
Lou and Kevin, thank you. Shop and swipe your club card at Safeway today. Watch future Sportsnet telecasts. You could win an all-inclusive. Shop and swipe your club card at Safeway today. Watch future Sportsnet telecasts. You could win an all-inclusive trip for two to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, courtesy of redtag.ca. Shop and swipe your club card at Safeway today, and you could be our next lucky winner.
And there were some of the fans wearing Oiler gear, and there are a lot of them. We saw a lot in L.A., and they have made the roadie
they have made the way to the playoff.
A one-run game with 14:45 to go in the third period.
How did it go?
A wrist shot. Fisker got a piece of that, and then he got Palmieri into the boards and broke his stick by top. Fisker plays it for Yakupov. Neat little pass to Magnus Piarvi. He's got Gagne with him. Piarvi cutting for the net.
Cutting for the net. And Dubnyk. Oh, what a save!
Seizes that puck, but it ends up behind.
He seizes that puck.
The net's still alive. Now
and the puck is still alive.
Into Oiler territory. Both teams want to make a change, so Whitney's going to take his time. He'll play it to Fisker. Get the puck right back again. Picking up speed is Taylor Hall at center. Gets by Dvorak. Drops it for Everly. Chases after it against Ben Lovejoy. Everly's in front. The puck doesn't get to him. It comes to Nick Schultz instead. Hard pass for Everly in the corner. Jordan Everly plays it back to him. Schultz steps into a slap shot, and that one goes wide. Everly there to poke it to the corner for Hall. Hall gets it to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins looking for Everly on a great little pass. Hall diving against Winnick, and Winnick wants to relieve the pressure, and he'll great it out. Got it, Dvorak picks it up. Dvorak moving in with Koivu. Centering Jonas, nobody home. And here Powder picks it up on the near side. Nugent Hopkins plays it on the net, but there is Dvorak.
Game one.
He is checked by Schultz. Nick Schultz to Hall, wants to make a change, sent down in the Duck territory.
No question, more urgency here shown by Edmonton. And for Ralph Kruger, you've seen him do this oftentimes this year. 3 shifts in a row, a double shift for the top line of Edmonton to get Hall, Nugent Hopkins, and Everly back on the ice. One little shift of rest, and they've been out there again. Feels they're definitely feeling a little bit here in this third period. They have their legs. Taylor Hall's been really skating the harder the last few, so get him out there as often as you can.
Pulsating playoff hockey.
Guys, we've talked about the fact there's so many...
and here again is Dean.
Guys, we've talked about the fact there's so many Edmonton Oilers fans in attendance, and here's a group of young men that are here for a stag. They showed up and enjoyed the game in LA here this evening for the Anaheim game. In between, they went golfing and also went to the Dodger game. And for whomever's fiancé it is back home, this isn't bachelor party like Vegas. Nobody got lost. Nobody got punched by Mike Tyson. No tigers in the rooms. They've been well behaved.
No hangover to win.
Maybe a few hangovers.
And nobody with a tattoo on their face.
And nobody. Which is cool.
Now they did enjoy what they saw in L.A., but here, a great game in the third period. The Oilers have come right to tie it. Corey Perry moving in. Corey Perry bumped off by Ladislav Schmid. He ends up with it behind the net. Perry still has it, trying to jam it home. Devin Dubnyk has seen enough, reaches out. Net. Perry still has it, trying to jam it home. Devin Dubnyk has seen enough, reaches out.
Oh, what a save! Devin Dubnyk makes it 40 here in game one.
Ricks with 5, stretches to cover the puck.
40 saves.
Moving back behind the the center.
Right up in game one.
In the Fan Right, Fan Wrong trivia, which Oilers player served as team captain for 6 consecutive seasons? Jason Smith, Wayne Gretzky, Craig McTavish, or Ethan Morrow? Enter for your chance to win a TELUS Optic TV and Samsung prize package valued at $13,000 or tickets to an upcoming home game. Is this Fan Right or Fan Wrong? To enter, text Oilers to 333-777 or visit TELUS.com/hockey. For every completed entry, TELUS will donate $1 to Heroes Hockey, helping at-risk youth play Canada's game.
No surprise that the Edmonton Oilers have their top line out there with Jerid Smithson to take that draw.
Back in the regular
season. Goes just wide, and the most effective line for the Ducks is also out there, Louis. The home opener. Saku
against the Sharks.
And Daniel Winnick. Behind the net it goes, Winnick against Justin Schultz. Winnick turns, lets the shot go through time. Great save, and there is Radek Dvorak. Without Schultz. Winnick turns, lets the shot go through time. Great save, and there is Radek Dvorak.
Here's another rebound goal. Oh, what a save! Here is Dvorak. He scores!
Great save, and there is Radek Dvorak.
The Ducks tied the game at 1.
Without Miller.
Another empty netter makes the Ducks get their prize.
Rebound goal.
Game 1.
And the Ducks retake the lead.
Well, you called it, Kevin. This line has been really good for Anaheim tonight. Not only in the defensive role, but chipping in with 2 goals now on the night. And they do it just from work down low. Daniel Winnick just fights his way out to the high spot, little spinorama to get this puck to the net. Good save by Dubnyk to get his pad down, make the save, and Dvorak, much like the first goal he scored in the first period, picks up the rebound and jams it home. It gets deflected a little bit en route, but it finds its way in a 2-1 lead for Anaheim.
23 career games for Radek Dvorak against his former Edmonton Oilers.
Game 1.
And he now
Oilers
has 21
have done their shutouts.
2 goals on the night. 7
The last shutout was
Daniel Winnick
in Game 4
with that shot.
of the quarterfinal against Columbus.
And as Louis mentioned, deja vu all over again for the Edmonton Oilers. A rebound goal for Radek Dvorak, and the work cut out for the Edmonton Oilers. They've got their second line out there now. Gagne, Piarvi, and Yakupov. Piarvi able to keep it in.
Here's
Gets his second helper on the night.
Gets a help. Here in this Game 1.
Solani can't get a shot away. 11 and a half minutes to go in the third period.
11.5 minutes to go in the third period.
Whitney to Yakupov. Chips it in half the net with Piarvi. Piarvi can't get the shot away against Ben Lovejoy. Solani will give it to Lovejoy. He got an assist on the first goal by Radek Dvorak. Steckel with an opportunity now. David Steckel couldn't get the shot away. He was in alone.
And another save by David Dubnyk. 42 saves
from the corner. Found himself one-on-one against Devin Dubnyk. Could not get the shot. Palmieri behind the net. Palmieri, Edom with it now. Edom off balance. He could not get the shot away. This line
what a save
to keep the puck in. Kyle Palmieri. Emerton Edom. Palmieri broke his stick with that shot as Horcov blocked it. Edom turns in the corner against Meade. Centers it out in front for David Steckel. That was broken up but kept in by the Ducks. Perry out there now. Edom from the corner. Edom behind the net for Perry. Perry trying to walk it out in front. Can't do it. Schmid from his knees gets the puck to Ryan Smith, and Ryan Smith will relieve the pressure. Just over 10 minutes to go here in the third period. A 2-1 game, the first of 3 meetings between these teams in the month of April.
This is Game 1 of the
moves to the middle.
second
Corey
round.
Perry now plays it into the corner. A broken stick may be a factor as the puck comes around the boards. And it does hit the broken twig. As Perry stepped into a shot after a giveaway from Taylor Hall, but he didn't get anything on it. Perry. Lombardi with it now. Good pressure by the Anaheim Ducks. Bobby Ryan, Corey Perry, and Matthew Lombardi. Paul. Absorbs the check from Bozeman. Gets the puck to Everly. Everly moving in. Right out in front. And firing it wide. Absorbs the check from Bozeman. Gets the puck to Everly. Everly moving in. Right out in front. And firing it wide. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Devin Dubnyk with a big solid hit by Bozeman before Horcov coming the last second. Stood him up, and a great job by Nugent-Hopkins to really get going fast and find that open lane.
Sacco Pointer with it now. Tries the backhand. Doesn't make it. Turning is Winnick. He can't get the shot. Pittsburgh was there. Dvorak keeps it in to Winnick. Winnick to Koivu. Koivu trying to get it back to Winnick. Magnus Piarvi strikes back the other way. Long outlet pass. No. Yakupov. Drop pass for Gagne. Gagne surrounded. Shot goes wide. Now he fires it from a sharp angle. Loose in front. Whitney with it. Whitney goes cross-ice. They bang away to Yakupov. Backhand attempt by Gagne.
Oh, what a save by Devin Dubnyk! The greatest save here in this game so far! Yes, has been the Stanley Cup playoffs we've been waiting for.
By Whitney, he just rose to the traffic in front. And the most open that we've seen this game so far. Both sides getting chances.
Yakupov with an assist tonight. He's got 13 on the season. Veteran line out there now. A penalty coming up. Horcov dumped in front.
Good chances.
And he went down, and the Oilers, when we come back, will go to the tie the game. It'll be their third in the game. This comes in a critical time.
Basketball on the way, and it will be on Sportsnet tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time as the Raptors take on the Chicago Bulls.
Jordan Eberle to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and then Nail Yakupov, Luke.
Yeah, a couple of real good chances in front to whack away, and then Andrew Cogliano comes in a little aggressive with a stick in the skates area of Horcov, and he'll head to the box for two. So a timely power play here for Edmonton, only the third of the game.
They have not gotten a shot on the power play so far. An opportunity now to tie the game. Ryan Whitney at the point. Whitney being watched by David Steckel. David Steckel almost intercepted that pass. Gagne, slap shot. Hiller the save. The rebound is picked up by Jordan Eberle. He'll get it back to Sam Gagne. Gagne down low to Eberle. He's got PRV in front as it comes back to Whitney. Whitney. Yakupov did not get all of it. Eberle near side. Back to Whitney. He'll give it right back to Eberle. Down low for Gagne. Great battle in front. Magnus PRV looking for space. Gagne with an opportunity. Bang away. It's loose in front. Whitney able to keep it in briefly, and then it gets by him. The Oilers will have to regroup. Just over a minute left to go, and the penalty to Andrew Cogliano. Sam Gagne works his way in. The puck comes to Hiller, and he will cover up as Gagne goes down. And he had Tony Ludman on top of him.
Sam Gagne a little vocal here, felt maybe he got interfered with a little bit trying to go through. A couple real good opportunities created as Gagne takes to the net. 3 shots on that first little sequence, all in tight on Jonas Hiller. So a nice urgent power play early on. And then here's that rush by Gagne as he goes in. And yeah, I can see why he might argue a little bit there as that puck goes through. The stick got tangled up in him, and he was looking for another call and didn't get it.
Big face-off win by Horcov.
Face-off win by Horcov.
Eberle.
Here's Jordan Eberle.
Back to the point.
Back to the point for Jerid Smithson.
Scores!
Jerid Smithson! And there's the first goal of the Stanley Cup playoffs. 2-1.
Urgent power play early on. And then here's that rush by Gagne and tight on Jonas Hill. He takes to the net. 3 shots on that first little sequence. Opportunities created as Gagne takes to the net. 3 shots on that first little sequence. Sam Gagne a little vocal here, felt maybe he got interfered with a little bit trying to go through. A couple real good opportunities created as Gagne takes to the net. 3 shots on that first little sequence, all in tight on Jonas Hiller. So a nice urgent power play early on. And then here's that rush by Gagne as he goes in. And yeah, I can see why he might argue a little bit there as that puck goes through. The stick
of a 2-1 lead.
Eberle.
Ryan Smith.
Back to the point. Schultz
of the playoffs.
Goes cross ice. Nugent-Hopkins for Hall. Tipped. Stopped before it could get through and firing back the other way. Edom short-handed. Centering pass.
With a 2-1 lead.
Winnick picks it up. He'll give it back to Spiza. Spiza's going to go for a skate and then turn and fire it into the Oilers zone. 30 seconds left to go, and the penalty to Andrew Cogliano. 6.5 minutes left to go in regulation time. With a big hit laid on him by Lucas Visa. Second big hit he has taken in this period. Good job to try and keep it.
And another save!
Does manage to keep
He
that.
does manage for Devin Dubnyk.
Puck in. Taylor Hall, definitely, Louis, is paying the price in this third period as he works it back to Eberle. Eberle goes cross sight. Justin Schultz fans on one attempt. Eberle slides just wide. 3 shots for the Oilers on that power play. Cogliano's back on the ice. Schultz with a wrist shot through traffic, and that is blocked by Tony Lubman and sent down the ice. The Oilers 0 for 3 with the man advantage. Justin Schultz takes a look. The Oilers make a change. Taylor Hall moves slowly to the bench.
45 saves!
Mead.
Devin Dubnyk kept going.
Chipped in by Ryan Jones. Speed will go back and pick it up. Being watched by Bobby Ryan. He'll give it to Jeff Petrie. Petrie off the boards for Petrell. He'll tip it in. Jones giving chase. Miller can't get to it. Sent around the boards. Works his way out. An opportunity now for Cogliano. He's got Lombardi with him. Andrew Cogliano. Centering pass for Lombardi. And that one tipped into the corner. Dubnyk had to be sharp. 37 shots for the Anaheim Ducks. 24 for the Oilers.
Nice job.
And a 2-1 lead.
Kind of jump down to pinch in front to attempt to keep that puck into the offensive zone. Patrol with the backup all the way to the post to break up that play.
Daniel Winnick from the corner. Sam Gagner. 4:50 left to go in regulation time. Nick Schultz.
Oilers 2,
Tied the game. 1 minute 12 into the third period. Justin Schultz continues to gear the Bluebirds as Yakupov fires it in the opposite corner. Bolshevik lays it along the boards. Good job by Schultz to keep it in for Gagner. Gagner, hard pass for Viardi. Hopped over his stick and back the other way. Got it to Moore. 2 goals on the night for him as he spins and sends it in deep. He'll head off at the change. Viardi tips it out to center. Bolshevik content to shoot that puck right back in. Devin Dubnyk stops it. He'll play it to Ryan Whitney. Whitney to the middle for Gagner. He was all tied up by Steckel. Nice move to get around him. Pass for Hall. Didn't work. He'll try again. Hall with it now against Tony Lubman. Hall and Lubman. Battle. Cogliano there. Plays it around the boards for Spiza. Racing in Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Puck goes up in the air. Picked up by Jordan Eberle. David Steckel centers it. Whitney keeps it in. Whitney tipped neatly by Eberle. Hiller had to be sharp. Tellis, Oilers hockey from the Honda Center.
Hockey in the Stanley Cup playoffs at Game 1. What do you want?
Outstanding play, outstanding results, brought to you by Remax, Canada's most productive agents. And the most productive goal scorer on the part of Edmonton this evening was Nick Schultz. Career goal number 27, 6th all-time when it comes to taking on the Anaheim Ducks. And from Strasbourg, Saskatchewan, and all across Canada, they celebrated his goal.
I need one more with 3:34 left to go in regulation time. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Taylor Hall, and Jordan Eberle have seen a ton of ice time in this third period. And we've got a whistle.
And pass, and a good thing. It would have been a 2-on-1 coming back the other way. But obviously for Taylor Hall, Nugent-Hopkins, and Eberle, a lot of ice time in this third period. And for Taylor Hall, he's taken a couple big hits to make plays. And that's what it's took tonight for Edmonton to generate those offensive chances. You have to hand to the Anaheim Ducks. They've been really aggressive on the forecheck. It's given the Edmonton Oilers a lot of trouble getting pucks out of their defensive zone onto the attack. And sometimes you have to pay the price to do the Anaheim Ducks. They've been up tonight on the forecheck. It's given the Edmonton Oilers a lot of trouble getting pucks out of their defensive zone onto the attack. And sometimes you have to pay the price to do just that. Hall has a couple times.
Anaheim Ducks, the third best.
There's a lot of trouble getting pucks out of their defensive zone onto the attack, and sometimes you have to pay the price to do just that. Hall has a couple times.
Anaheim
To generate the Edmonton Oilers a lot of trouble getting pucks out of their defensive zone onto the attack, and sometimes you have to pay the price to do just that. Hall has a couple times.
Anaheim Ducks the third best home record in the National Hockey League. They are 15-5 coming into this game. Dvorak, Koivu will backhand it in. And that line is going to change up as Nick Schultz will give it to Nail Yakupov. Yakupov goes cross ice. Petrie was checked before he could get too far by Lombardi. Lombardi's got Perry out in front. The puck didn't get to him, and the Oilers come back. Magnus Piarvi with Sam Gagner. Stops just inside the blue line. Puts the puck in deep. Gagner against Ludman. Takes Ludman into the boards. Piarvi intercepts that clearing attempt. Magnus Piarvi on the near side. Plays it back to the point. Ryan Whitney waiting for it there. Here's Jeff Petrie with a hard shot. Hiller took that up high. And the rebound is swept down the ice by Tony Ludman.
That was a good little shot there by Jeff Petrie. Got a lot off that stick coming in on the far side, and for him, he pinched down low, so he's into the top of the slot, so a dangerous zone to shoot.
And an icing call as Taylor Hall continues to keep his skating legs going.
Here is the basket of half-eaten zucchini sticks from the win known as Money Monday.
Get your game on with Pools.
Well, as you mentioned, Kevin, Taylor Hall's really had his legs in this third period, and he tried for the stretch pass, misses him, but he still keeps going forward to try and nullify the icing, and for the second time in this period, crashes in. That time not into Hiller. He did the first time, but into the net, so getting up close and personal.
The two top lines in tonight's game on the ice. For the Oilers, obviously, their top line. And Dvorak, Koivu, and Winnick have been an offensive force for this Anaheim team.
And they've been a really good shutdown line as well. Very aggressive. And when you control the puck, you can control offensive lines. And that's exactly what Winnick, Dvorak, and Koivu has done in this game, is work off the cycle. It's worked perfect for them. And 2 goals by Dvorak on the rebound after a shot from the blue line. And we'll take just that.
Without Ryan Getzlaf for the third straight game. And there's Justin Schultz hearing the booze with just over 2 minutes to go.
They've been relentless this whole game. They haven't let up at all.
You may hear that the rest of his career anytime he comes in here. Now, he won't come back here until next year. The next 2 games in the season series between these two teams will be back-to-backers in Edmonton, April 21st and 22nd. Long shot on Hiller, keeps the play alive as he gives it to Brian Allen, lofts it to Nugent Hopkins. Hall out in front. There's a great chance for Justin Schultz, stopped by Hiller.
I really like that one there, and he's had a couple real good chances tonight.
Cogliano with it now. Andrew Cogliano, Perry shot, turned aside by Devin Dubnik. 1:25 left to go in regulation time.
I'll tell you what, Corey Perry and Devin Dubnik have had a battle within the battle. That's a 6-shot for Perry in this game, and he's been denied all 6 by Dubnik.
Magnus Piarvi drives the net. Devin Dubnik is out. The net is empty for the Oilers. 6 attackers with 1:10 left in regulation time. A 2-1 game. Magnus Piarvi goes to the front of the net. Nail Yakupov's got it now. Yakupov goes to the far side. Less than a minute to go. Here's Yakupov. Throws it towards the cage. That is blocked up.
And a save by Dubnik.
And the Anaheim Ducks get it out to center. Second. Round the boards it goes. Koivu against Yakupov. And tipped out neatly by Daniel Winnick. Whitney takes a look. The Oilers make a change. 35 seconds to go in regulation time. Their net is empty. The Oilers make a change. 35 seconds to go.
Left to regulation time.
The Oiler bench. As Taylor Hall had an opportunity to tie this game.
Yeah, terrific chance down low, and again off the foot.
This is a chance. And it went off with
action as Hall gets it out front. And it was Schultz pinching down, follows it right up to the net off to the side. And for Hiller, he gets down, puts that pad down. Not sure if the top post will look like they did a little bit on the outside, but for Schultz, he's had a couple real good chances in this game to score.
And the Oilers take a timeout. It gives us a chance to bring in Aaron Hawksworth with a preview of Connected. Aaron? Thank you, Aaron. Of course, a complete post-game report from here at the Honda Center. As the Oilers took a timeout, their net is empty, 29.7 seconds on the clock. The Ducks with a 2-1 lead.
The Oilers with a 2-1
Justin
lead.
Schultz and Ryan Whitney.
26 seconds left.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Sam
Ryan
Gagne, and
Nugent-Hopkins.
Taylor Hall.
We'll look for the
Koivu,
face-off.
Winnick, Dvorak, Beauchemin, and Allen. Koivu against Sam Gagne. Koivu will get thrown out. Winnick will have to take this draw against Gagne. Advantage Oilers, and Gagne wins the draw. Whitney with it down. He'll play it up
4
quickly.
seconds left.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins
Ryan
on the
Nugent-Hopkins.
far side. 15
The far
seconds
side.
left to go.
15 seconds left and another save. With 10
Ryan
seconds
Whitney
left.
trapped.
Oh, trying to make another stop. Here's Taylor Hall. And ladies and gentlemen, the Edmonton Oilers wins 2-1. And the series is 1 game to none.
For the Oilers, one last chance here with the face-off in the offensive zone.
And now the Anaheim Ducks want to take a timeout. Give the chance for the Oilers to 17-20.
First 2 periods of this game. So a much better third period. They've come out. They've generated some chances. A little bit more time added here as it's now 6.4 seconds. So an important face-off. This one, but it's
Good.
huge game. 2-1 in the West. The Ducks with 59 points.
With their playoff wins, Oilers are
The
5 in a
Oilers
row.
will now
Oilers will now play game 2
A huge game.
on Saturday.
2-1 the final here.
And now,
Take on
that was
Phoenix.
the final
A
in
huge
game
game.
1.
2-1 the final
2-1.
here.
Telus Oilers Hockey on Sportsnet. Brought to you by Telus, the future is friendly. By Molson Canadian, brewed with the best this land has to offer. By Ford, go further. And by Rexall, feel good.
3 stars brought to you by Molson Canadian, brewed with the best this land has to offer. Devin Dubnyk was certainly worthy of a star tonight.
Sam Gagne
Played for the Edmonton Oilers. Second
Jerid with 1 goal, 1 assist.
all around. Second star, 2
Sean
assists, and a
Horcov.
+2 rating. And speaking
It's
of
2-1
that is
goal.
the amount of goals that Radek Dvorak scored
And
this evening on the
Devin
part
Dubnyk
of the Anaheim Ducks.
48
Making
saves.
against the one of his former
Two
teams
stars.
who are in a big chase for playoff positioning. The Ducks closing in on securing a playoff spot. The Oilers not in the same kind of situation. Stay
playoffs.
tuned. We will join
Stay tuned.
and spend some time with Aaron Hawksworth and then back to Honda Center for close to the branch.